Alright guys, let's take a look at AST SPACEMOBILE ASTS. High-flying stock, very popular with a lot of investors and great performance. Has gone up by a massive amount from, way back here, of course, 6,000%. So a lot of good headlines for the stock being upgraded by various analysts. But let's do some analysis of our own on the stock, shall we? Well, the first thing I'm noticing here, guys, is a very clear parallel channel that the stock has been trading in, and that is this parallel channel here, all the way up to here. And you can see that, would you look at that, the tops align quite perfectly. Price has been really struggling to break out from this channel, as it often does. Parallel channels are a very, very strong pattern, as I'm sure you'll find out from watching my other videos, but I'm a big fan of the parallel channel, can predict price quite a lot of the time. That being said, guys, it's not impossible that price could break out. It's attempted it yesterday. If it does manage to break out, then the price target that I'm looking for here would in fact be this line here. This would probably be where I would personally be taking profits if I were in that trade, but or if you were even buying the breakout, then you could target a pretty sizable move up here, maybe 20% or so, depending on whether or not the price wicks above this or manages to get there and back down. So that's the target if you do break out from this parallel channel. That's where I would be probably taking profits now. That's not to say you couldn't go higher than this, and certainly shorting once you've broken out from this parallel channel is risky, because once we break this line, if that happens, then you're off to the races and there's really nothing holding the stock back. You're in uncharted territory at that point. So would be careful shorting that line, but certainly consideration to take some profits if you get there and you're in this stock. That being said, might even be worth taking some profits here. If you're worried that we're not going to break through this channel, there is definite risk at this point in time. We'll see over the next few days how that plays out, but you've got to imagine, the more times, to be fair, the more times you hit on this line, the more likely it is to break out, so you've got that going for you. But going back down to the bottom of the channel would be quite a brutal move. That would represent pretty much a 50% down move, maybe 45%, 50%, which is, that's no small amount, is it? So yeah, definitely watch out here if we see the market breaking down. S&P is at some resistance at the moment, but we'll see how that plays out. That being said, there is one nice trend line that I'm a big fan of here, which should be giving you support on ASTS, and it's this line here, and that I think is going to be, I'll just make it white to make it a bit easier to see. But that should be pretty good support for the stock if it were to fall down to sort of $88, $90 or so. That could be the first sort of move. And then, minus 27%, still quite a ways to fall. So definitely buying at this level is very risky. You'd want to see a confirmed breakout from this channel before you buy here, I would say. I wouldn't be buying the very top of this channel. If you fall back down, you've got a pretty long way to go. But let's see. There's some catalysts on the horizon for this stock, and it's a fan favorite among retail, and even institutionally it's becoming more adopted now. So yeah, quite an interesting one. Those are my price targets essentially. If we were talking renewed downside, if you did get a drop all the way down to the parallel channel and below, then I would be saying, and look, pre-market's opening up here and stock's not moving, so we'll have to see where it goes today. Will it break out? Will it not? That will be big for the stock. But as I was saying, I would be looking at a target below this parallel channel. You're looking at probably around the $35 or so, $36 mark, somewhere around here, this sort of area, for a first price target, which obviously is a really quite a catastrophic down move. If you did break out of this parallel channel to the downside, 70% down, that could be a potential target. And I wouldn't be surprised to see us eventually trade back in this sort of range that the stock was trading in before, what you see back here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get back and re-enter this eventually, if there is a breakdown in the market, things go poorly for this stock, if they fail some of their satellite launches or what have you. So that would be a minus 85%, definitely possible on a speculative, no profit name such as ASTS. So those are the full price targets for you guys. Hopefully that helps you plan around a position if you're entering the stock, or you're already in it, or you're planning to go short or whatever. Yeah, subscribe for more charts every day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.